Crawford fight. Right now, Mark Kriegel is with Kell Brook.
Kell, thank you very much for a game performance. You look real good, and all of a sudden, what happened?
This is boxing. I obviously got caught with a shot I didn't see, and the referee waved it off. That's never happened to me before. But I've always said if I'm in a fight and I'm going to lose, I'm going to go out on my shield. And the referee obviously seen that I couldn't continue, so the fight is over. So I don't like to lose on an injury and stuff like that. If I'm going to lose, then I'd rather lose out on my shield. The better man won tonight.
Kell, you've been in there with the best in the world. You've been in there with the very best of the welterweight division. You've been in with Spence, Triple G, Sean Porter. What was different, or was anything different about Terence Crawford?
I can't, even though I've been beat by him, I can't sit here now and say Spence, it beat Spence, it beat Porter, because styles make fights. But one thing he has got good distance. He's got fast hands, obviously, and he's got a good eye, to land a shot. So it'd be very interesting. He's definitely, because that's never in my career. Nobody's ever done that to me in sparring or anything. So obviously it's different weight. I was gloves on, but it was one of them. I got caught with a shot I didn't see, and the fight's over. I'm gutted, because I am. Nobody could have got me in a better condition. I was bang on the limit on the scale. I felt great. Maybe the problem would have probably been me. I could have been a bit more relaxed and been a bit more loose and let the shots have gone more, and then I would have got into my rhythm, believe it or not. But the fight's gone the way it has, and that is that.
Look, you look pretty good. You came in shape, obviously. You faced them both. What's the difference between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford?
What's up? Well, you see the ticker down below. And you see the banner. Is Kell Brook washed up? I've been around the YouTube boxing scene for the last couple of days. Well, since the fight happened last night. And on some particular channels, it seems like the theme is by a lot of UK people. Weirdly enough, a lot of UK people have shared their thoughts and the sentiment that Kell Brook is like washed up, like he's a shot fighter. And I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? And you ask them why, or I read the comments on all these channels, or I hear the comments and read the comments as well, because it might be like 5 people on the panel, and then it might be like, tons of comments going down. And it seemed like the UK people in the YouTube boxing community, Irish as well, think Kell Brook is shot. And I'm like, damn. For real? And then Lisa Bells, good evening, beautiful. How you doing? And then you hear comments, it's like, I'm trying to listen. I'm listening more and trying to understand why do they feel this way. And they say, well, his face been beat to pulp and everything. And he's been beat up. And when I watch the loss Kell Brook has had over his career, which is before the third one last night, I don't see a fighter that's taken a lot of punishment. Yes, he's had 2 fights that he lost versus Triple G and Earl Spence Jr. Tyrone Haskell, I see nothing but positive on Facebook and social media. Not what I see, brother. I see a lot of people trying to throw him out like a baby with the bathwater. Mr. Tyrone Haskell, peace to you. I'm great, Lisa Bales. Thank you for asking, hun. And I hear the same thing. He's a shot fighter. He's washed up. And you hear this from Americans too, but I'm hearing it more from people across the pond. And I don't understand why. Now if you want to say Kell Brook is a shot fighter at 147, then okay, we'll go there. But they never start off with saying that. They will say that after people have put in the events in order and context of like him moving up on a kamikaze, and move from 147 to 160 fighting Triple G. But Kell Brook didn't leave on his back in that fight. And a lot of people don't remember that. Kell Brook did not leave on his back in that fight when he lost to Triple G. He was not beat down by Triple G. It seemed like people, when people go back and look at that fight, when people go back and talk about that fight, they talk as if like Kell Brook got beat down by Triple G. No, he wasn't really. He did suffer, orbital bone on his right side, probably from that left hook in the first round that rocked him. And he came back and fought hard and rocked Triple G numerous times in that fight. Kell Brook was the first fighter, honestly, to make Triple G look ordinary for as long as the fight lasted. Before Dominic Ingle just threw in the towel and Kell Brook had some erratic behavior as far as him just bobbing and weaving punches and holding his arms spread out like, yo, you ain't hitting me. You ain't hitting me. What's up? Like he was trying to pretty much pump himself up or get himself more psyched into the fight because perhaps the eye was bothering more than, of course, any of us can feel or know. And I'm going to say something serious. Kell Brook didn't leave on his ass versus Earl Spence Jr. Earl Spence Jr., even though somehow, yes, a jab or whatever, he was getting a jab, he took a crack orbital to the other side. He was not beat down by Earl Spence Jr. Kell Brook didn't take like a whole lot of punishment from Earl Spence Jr. He gave a little bit more punishment than he received. But again, that was at 147. Now, I've questioned Kell Brook's mental toughness, probably when I shouldn't have, because you got to be a very confident fighter to go from 147, just jump up and no fight in between to 160 and fight the boogeyman. James Bell, what's up? The boogeyman of the 160 division at that time. Real talk. But people saying, yeah, they're bigging up Kell. No, they haven't. Because nobody expected Kell, even I didn't expect Kell, to have no punch resistance to a stiff, hard, like slash jab hook that really got him out of there. And one thing Kell Brook has always done, and if you notice, Kell Brook tie-up game is 1,000. Kell Brook's tie-up game is 1,000. Once he got the standing 8 count from the referee yesterday, and Crawford came back in, do y'all not realize he didn't try to tie up? And that was what's popping, Banks. DFG, what's up, champ? And that was really awkward. That was weird to me that he really didn't try to tie up. So you know what that tells me? Perhaps his full mental faculties was not there. His mental faculties probably wasn't there. And like he said in the interview I just played just now, he was a little nervous, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He didn't go in there and really try to he wasn't trying to get into an exchange with Crawford at 147. Yet, he was willing to go in an exchange with Gennady Golovkin at 160. And Gennady Golovkin didn't put him on his ass. He didn't rock him like that jab, hook, whatever, that it was like that short, stiff ass right hand that Crawford hit him with yesterday. That was a flush left hook that Gennady hit him with. It rocked him, but he stood there, stood strong, and fought through that. So the question is Kell Brook shot? And the thing is, James Bell said, I think Brook can't take hits anymore. I think he can. My point is that I'm getting at, I don't think he could take hits if he weight drains himself to 147 anymore. At his age, at 34, it's not healthy for him. Kell Brook needs to fight. His previous 3 fights was at 154, if I'm not mistaken, or at least the previous 2, before sucking down again at 34 years old to 147. 6 pounds, people. He stripped 6 pounds of water and muscle off of him to get down to 147. I'm sorry, 7 pounds. My apologies. That's going to have an effect on a man's strength and his resistance. So if all these people that are saying Kell Brook is a shot fighter, maybe, yes, I agree at 147. But I think Kell Brook need to go to 154. And since the UK has turned its back on him, and maybe they know a lot more than I do, of course. They deal with the guy personally. They're talking about Eddie Hearn, Dominic Ingle, whatever. He needs to be at 154, and perhaps he needs to join the PBC. Because they don't have the quality of fighters in UK at 154 for Kell Brook to really, really, really shine, in my opinion. Hey, man, will Brook officially retire now? He shouldn't. He should not, is what I'm saying. Now, because I think he got 3 good more years in him. Good years. I'm not going to refrain from still believing Brook is still one of the most skilled fighters out there. And the only fighters he lost to was top 10 pound for pounds. So, again, the Sheffield-born bomber do not need, and I think hopefully he knows that. And the question is, who's guiding Kell Brook's career? Who made the man jump up? Or who convinced the man to say this is a good move to go from 147 to 160? Did he just want to do it for his own pride and glory? Perhaps. Yes, he's very strong at wrestling background. But that punch that he laid on Kell Brook wasn't a strong enough punch to make Kell Brook really have a reaction like that, is what I'm saying, Lisa Bells, in my opinion. No way in hell. Not a fully physically able and strong Kell Brook. I don't see it. So my point is, Kell Brook is shot at 147. No way in hell should Kell Brook be fighting at 147 ever again. He need to stay at 154 and 160, where he is the strongest physically and mentally. Good evening, beautiful.
What's up?
What's up, hon? How you feeling? How was your weekend? Troy,
I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
Thank you. Get in here, Godfather Troy. What's up, man?
Yeah, get in here, Troy.
And I gotta say, and the man Boxing Source, everybody come on in. I gotta say, props to Troy Graham for his wealth of boxing knowledge, because he kind of let us all know the night of the fight, before it happened, that look, and he said it the smooth Barry White, Troy Graham style. Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys this question. Do you really? Kell Brook was fighting at what weight class? 154, I think Boxing Source said a couple of times. You really think this is going to be competitive at 147? And Troy Graham put it in the motherfucking world, and we were still overlooking, because you know what? At 147, Kell Brook still looked and missed. We were blinded by the physique.
Right.
We attached the history of the skills that we've seen from in the past to somebody who's just ripped. You know what I mean? But just because he ripped doesn't mean he's at full capacity, physical capacity. Because he ripped himself of a lot of nutrients to make that weight. And you can't replenish it in one night. And that's what I myself and all of us overlooked, unfortunately. And Mr. Boxing Source J.R. Bell, what's up in the house?
Peace, Brother Myron. What's going on with you?
Man, going around the different boxing scenes, and people are saying Kell Brook is shot and face been beat. I've been watching the man's fights, and like I said, I haven't seen a fight. Yes, the man has received the cracks in the orbital bone, but it looked like they might have replenished. But I ain't seen no man's been shot and beat to no pulp. You know what I mean? The man is rarely lost. And when he's lost, it ain't been a very long fights. So I'm buying into this program that Kell Brook is a shot fighter and that he doesn't have it. And my thing is, I'm hearing a lot of this from the UK people. And that's what bothers me. Because Kell Brook, in my opinion, is pound for pound, one of the top 3, 5 fighters in the UK. He's top 3 in the UK. And he's the last person they need to be throwing him out like a baby with the bathwater. I think Kell Brook need to go ahead and come to the PBC. And because truth be told, PBC is so deep in the 154 division, it don't make no sense. I want to see him versus Laura. I want to see him versus the twin.
J-Rock.
I want to see him versus J-Rock. I want to see those fights. I want to see him at 160 versus Canelo. I want to see that out of Kell Brook, because I think that's where he's the most strongest at. It's just as Troy Graham was getting that with us. What's up, man? But
bless up. You know, everybody you just named are basically undersized light heavyweights. So I guess that
hold up, you said light heavyweights. You mean light?
No, light heavyweights. No, they're all light heavyweights. They all walk around in a 175 and all that.
Oh,
yeah,
like Kell Brook.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I think J-Rock is too rough and tough for him, man. I really do.
I don't think J-Rock has no punch resistance even at 154, and he gets J-Rock out of there.
I don't know. I mean, he's sharp. His punches are sharp.
Got no punch resistance though.
That's because he's fighting dudes his size or maybe a little bigger than him. But I've never took Brook as a puncher. He's a sharp puncher, but never one that'll really get you up out of there. I've never seen him take anybody out. Never. Even Brook, and he was beating Brook up.
Well, he had to take 27 people out of there with 39 fights.
27 people, name who? You know any of them?
I
don't know any of them either.
Good point.
But my thing is... Oh, go ahead, Troy.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I got my old man nap on, so I'm gonna be awake for this show.
Oh. But my thing is this, Myron, you got to look at his career. He He
Okay.
should have taken that Jesse Vargas fight, and he didn't because the money wasn't really there like that. And
Uh-huh.
then he took that Chris Eubank Jr. was supposed to fight Triple G, but whatever, the fight didn't materialize. So he stood in his place, and he made some decisions that wasn't necessarily that benefited his career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
True.
then, like, because he made those decisions, because he could have fought Jesse Vargas, because Jesse Vargas had won that belt from was it Saddam Ali? So he could have unified. Might not have been a lot of money, but you know what I'm saying. But him going up 2 weight classes and fighting Triple G was career suicide for him. And then coming back down, draining himself back down to 147, and not a in less than a year, and then fighting
A mandatory.
Spence.
He was fighting this mandatory.
Right.
He had to fight that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, but his eye wasn't fully healed yet, and
True.
then the other one got busted up.
Yeah.
So okay, so then he took time off, and then he moved up in weight, which he looked a little better at 154. He hadn't really fought any real killers up there, but then he goes back down again to 147. So sounds like a money thing. So he hasn't made the best decisions. You know what I'm saying? Based on
Or he's so best decisions, or he ain't had the best um, contractors working his deals.
whatever
Then
the
that's Eddie
decision
Hearn.
still
Then, right?
at the end of the day, the decision still rests with him, and he already knew that 170 147 wasn't a good weight division no longer for him. So him going back up, going back down, like just it was kind of counterproductive. So it's not about, at the end of the day, your career is your decision. You know what I'm saying? So the onus rests on you. I mean, there's gonna be, like, I'm not blaming nobody. At the end of the day, you still gotta look at yourself.
Mm-hmm. True indeed. Absolutely. Boxing Source, man, what's up, bro? What you think?
Now the thing with Kell Brook at that particular time, like he was kind of content fighting I guess nobody's over in the UK when he had the IBF title after, defeating Sean Porter. And then it came to time when he was supposed to make that mandatory defense against Errol Spence. And he wasn't really jumping at the chance to fight Errol Spence then. So to me, I've said this for a while. I think both guys, both Brook and Golovkin, got bailed out when they fought each other. Because Golovkin wasn't really trying to fight anyone. Because at that particular time, he was trying to maneuver, finagle his way to fighting Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo was saying, you're not going to be fighting me and getting paid what you want to get paid to have that fight. So Canelo said, you know what? Screw it. If you want the WBC belt, fine, you can have it. So Golovkin was pretty much the unified champion. He had one belt left before he could have been the undisputed champ, and that was the WBO belt. And he could have fought Billy Joe Saunders, but he didn't make no good offer to Billy Joe Saunders. And I think that was intentional. Then when it came to possibly fighting Eubank, whatever happened with that. But at that time, the suggestion of fighting Kell Brook was up there. And initially, Golovkin said, oh, he too small. But it changed from he too small to he good boy. And they eventually fought. So with that being said, you had that fight, and Brook went up to 160 to have that fight. And he shouldn't have just went from 160 back down to 147. He should have just, stayed around the 154 range and gave up the IBF belt at the time. Just have it vacant and fight at 154. But I guess he was pressed to have that fight happen with Errol Spence Jr., and he ended up getting beat up for it.
Okay. You think it was pressed to have that fight again? That was a mandatory. Don't the IBF put a time where the date must happen on
Yeah,
mandatory?
they
Has to
do,
happen by a particular deadline.
but the thing is, Brooke had already had the IBF belt for over a year plus.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You know,
And
so
he had to honor the mandatory because IBF will strip you.
Because I know it was 8 months between the. Okay. I know it was
because
eight
yeah,
months.
he had like no issues
Triple
fighting
G.
like a JoJo Dan when JoJo Dan was mandatory, but when it was Errol Spence, it's like, oh, hold up.
Well,
Okay.
no, it was. Well, you got to understand too the timing. The JoJo Dan fight was before Spence, right?
Yep.
So you got to look at the timing, okay?
Hold up. JoJo Dan was before Spence. So you telling me JoJo Dan was between Triple G and Spence?
No,
No.
No, they
before.
were before all that.
Right, Triple G. He fought Triple G,
And
and
then
then
8 months.
after that he
That was Earl
fought.
Spence.
Right, and then after that he fought
Yeah.
Spence.
Okay. Right. So JoJo Dan was a fight before Triple G.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's what I was saying was he, in my opinion, that's just my opinion, but I can't. He should have fought Jesse Vargas. At least he could have unified, and he
Yeah.
would have had two belts, and then maybe him and Keith Thurman could have got it on.
Get in
But
here,
no,
man. Get in
no,
here,
actually,
man.
what at that time, you know what? When he got his belt, Floyd had the others, and then Floyd retired. And then Floyd, when he retired, Keith Thurman was elevated to the Super WBA champ.
Okay. Right. I remember that. True.
And then when Floyd vacated, you know what I'm saying?
Because this was all
Somehow,
2015. Yeah.
right, Jesse Vargas got that belt over there. Think he beat Salam. I
hmm
forgot his name.
I know who you
Saddam
talking.
Ali.
Yep.
Yes, he beat him.
hmm
And then Pacquiao beat Jesse Vargas. And that's how he got that WBO. And then he lost that when he went over there to Australia.
Damn, Lisa Bells, you a freaking chronological agent on this boxing shit. What are you doing in the background over there?
Nothing. I just remember. The fights. The whole
You
welterweight.
in the mix, Lisa Bells. We know you all. We've been talking about it. Lisa Bells in the boxing somewhere on low key. She knows too much shit. No chronological order and everything.
No, but it's just coming back to me. I remember it
Yeah.
now because
This,
it was just like, or because it was just so much. Because people was like, why didn't Floyd? Because people, I think maybe they wanted him to go out and fight either Keith Thurman or Kell Brook, but I guess it just didn't happen. He fought uh the kid, I forgot his name.
mhm.
I forgot the
Andre
last guy.
Berto.
Yeah, Berto. He fought Berto. Yeah.
Okay, so where do Kell Brook go from here? If he doesn't, does he retire or what is the best move for Kell Brook from here this point on? What do you guys think?
He should retire because he can't do anything at 147 and 154. Like,
Wow.
what is he
You
gonna
think
do
he
at
just should retire?
154 other than? Well, what is he gonna do at 154 other than what he was doing before he had this fight against Terrence Crawford? Like, he's gonna fight
That
the Mark DeLucas of the world still.
no,
That's pretty much
I
what he's
said
gonna do.
I said early on, shouldn't he sign since he's not with Matchroom no more, correct?
Right.
I think why don't he sign with the PBC and come to a 154 of division and 154 in the PBC that's thick and heavy.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
them
he
was
may
up
still
there.
be ranked in the
Hurt.
WBO.
Hmm?
Those
He may
some
still be
killers
ranked
up
in the WBO.
Yeah,
So
I think he'll kill it. He need to do it, and he need to do it. Like I said, my point is he need to do. I think at his best physical capability. In 147, he can't do it. So I think he's stronger. Troy Graham put. I think he just won't be depleted and he'll be stronger. His punch resistance will be better. at 154, 160. Because again, Kell Brook ain't lost a fight on his back.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it has to be a reason for that. And Troy hit it last night. And like I said, we overlooked it, but he hit it. It's like at 147, it's not going to be competitive for him because he's been fighting at 154, 160. His body can't shrink down that much. He's not going to be 100%. And so I'm taking that off of that premise. I'm going to, should Kell Brook sign with the PBC and go to 154 and fight 160, wherever they got here? So you got the Charlos. You got a lot of things he could do here in the PBC. Because I still think he's a highly skilled fighter with 39-3 record, 27 KOs, a former champion, and he's a good name because he's a former champion.
Yeah, no doubt.
Where you go, Troy? Damn. I was like, why not? Because in the back of my mind, I don't think we might be saying he's going to retire, but he's not going to retire. I do not believe Kell Brook is going to retire. Let me just say, I don't believe Kell Brook is retiring. But I don't think, of course, he's going to fight at 147 again. And to get the money, you know what I mean? I think, and his best,
the money is at welterweight, not 154.
Depends on who he fights.
Yeah.
They can't, if they build up the 154, which they're trying to do, that can be a strong division. If they're riding behind the Charlos to help do that. You know what I'm saying? And still, I mean, he can still move up and down. It still might be, what I'm saying, it still might be more than what they're giving him in the UK.
Right.
He must have came over here to Fort Troy. People are thinking, why would he take this fight versus Crawford at 147? It must have been for money. And I've heard Anthony Joshua and why you think Eddie Hearn them trying to make the move over here to America so bad with the zone because of the money. So whatever he must going to make over here with the resume that he has and the name, it's probably going to be more than he's going to make in the UK. Just off the demographic and the numbers itself, I'm thinking. I'm not saying it is, but that's my train of thought or what how I feel.
I thought the UK was worth more money than our money.
Huh?
It is.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's not
it
that.
is.
It is, but it's not all that much. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What's the exchange rate? So it is, but it's not that much. And if they offer them, freaking, I don't know, just say 500 pounds over there. Over here, that's what, 750,000. But if you come over here, and get $1 million, then that's 750 pounds.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. If you just get $1 million for a fight, he's worth that.
Yeah.
Well,
that's more than what he be getting in the UK.
I say he.
I'm just speculating. I don't know what he made for the fight last night, or what he got in the Luca fight or the Safara fight or whatever. Do you know that boxing source? You can figure that out, can't you?
For this
how much
last fight,
how much did Kell Brook make in the Luca fight?
Oh, I don't know.
The two fights before last night. And that would help put the pieces to the puzzle, maybe.
Does it look like Brook had pulled about $2 million for last night's fight? 2 million, and Crawford got 4. So
hold up, what?
Crawford got 4 million.
And Kell Brook got 2 million.
Yeah.
See? Now, so now we got that. So Crawford got 4 million, Kell Brook got 2 million. And I don't like to go on the money, but I'm trying to justify why would he come. That makes sense to him. Probably it had to be more money in that fight than what he got in the DeLuca and all those fights. You feel what I'm saying now? Mm-hmm. So if he's worth 2 million in American market versus Crawford. Okay. Now going to the PBC, then he ain't fighting a Crawford over there, but he does have the potential to fight previous champions. And those previous champions, Laura, Hurd, the Charlos, because Charlo don't have nobody at 160 over here, really with a name, but he has the Kell Brook that could fight him if he is to do that. So, and the PBC is not thick in 160 strong with 160 fighters. What's bringing Eubanks over here? You feel me? It must not be nothing in the market over there in the UK for them to make the money.
Right.
So, right? So I'm just like putting this shit together. That's all. So I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just brainstorming and trying to make sense of the situation. So then getting $1 million versus Charlo, he could probably do that.
How about this? Why don't he move to 154? I don't know who he signed with. Is he with Eddie Hearn or who's he signed with, Myron? I don't know who he's with.
Did Boxing Source, did Eddie Hearn drop him?
Yeah, I thought
No.
he dropped him, man.
He's not with
He
Magic.
did?
Huh?
I thought he was with was it MTK?
MTK?
He's with MTK Global now?
I don't know who that is. Or what?
They a management.
Okay, so
Ron Boy Fresh, you ain't shit. You being funny.
I'm not sure.
Hey, good.
I'm not sure. I don't know that whole story with him and Eddie Hearn.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking this, right? Myron, he could always go to he could go back home. This is Brook I'm talking about. Go back home and he could fight what's the young boy name that Charlo knocked out with the uppercut? What's the young boy? Young, got a punch. Got a punch.
J Rock?
Rosario.
No, man, he's black. He knocked him out good too with the upper. He's a young up and coming fighter. But he was putting in Lubin. There he goes. He gets Lubin, right? Let's say he put him in the ring with Lubin at 154 and see what happens there. But that's over in the UK. And say he beats Lubin and looks good. Then you go and you get somebody else off of Charlo's lip. Then you can say, okay, well, let me get the J Rock at 154 over here. If he beats J Rock, which I don't think he will, then okay, he just beat two people that Charlo beat, and that'll justify Charlo turning his head and say, okay, we can fight now, right? And then you could put him in the ring with Charlo, and then they could hype that fight up and say, this is Charlo's toughest fight because, Brook is always somebody's toughest fight, right?
That's what I'm saying. You need to go ahead and bring him over here to the PBC. He need to sign with the PBC.
No, you don't bring nobody over to the PBC unless you want them to go there and die and talk about fighting people and never fight people. Because you got dudes over there that are just not fighting. They're just not, and they're right there. They're just not fighting.
But okay, I feel what you're saying, but don't you think we're dealing with, unfortunately, the bad taste of the past in our mouth? Look at that now.
Nah. Okay. Well, go ahead and prove me wrong. Who's fighting who?
I'm not trying to. Have you seen the lineup?
In reference to what?
I'm talking about Troy Graham. Who they fight? They've had PPC have had a fucking lineup like crazy over a couple of months now.
I must have missed it. I understand Garcia's fighting Spence now. Wow. Okay. Who else? I'm real hard to
going on with the zone.
In reference to which weight division?
The 154, they've always been fighting everybody, dude.
Yeah, 154. They've basically had a round robin the past 3 or 4 years.
They've been killing. Throw him in the middle.
But that's great. But at 34, I would want some guarantees. Like, look, if I sign with you before I sign with you, let's do some paperwork and get me this person and that person now.
Well, of course.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to waste my time with your empty promises and all your shenanigans. Get me in the ring with the two that I named, and then get me old boy so I can go out the right way, right?
Yeah,
because
that makes sense, of course. But we don't have no control over that. But yeah,
no, but he does. He might come over there and because of his name or whatever, bring some weight. And I wanted to touch on this. Like a lot of people, my phone is messed up. I don't know what it is. A lot of people are saying that, the Triple G fight and the Spence fight. You know what? The truth is, if he would have won those fights, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. I just think that the man saw a way to, step into greatness, and build his name and legacy. Fell short.
Yeah.
Then he fell short again. I got to get back on my tablet because this scratching is killing me. But all right.
And Myron,
Yes, ma'am.
would you to chime in earlier? What you were saying, like with the header or whatever, like people turning their backs on him. The
Yeah, just
game.
go ahead.
Well, hold up. The game don't have no love for nobody, Myron. Look at what Aaron said about Crawford last night.
What did Aaron?
What did he
Man,
say?
Who?
You saw that tweet or whatever it
Oh,
was. He said something
I heard
about
some.
the
no, it
money
was a
he lost
comment.
on him. He could have built a couple of mansions in Beverly Hills.
He's
Like,
out
come
there.
Let
on.
me.
Because he
I'm
was
out
Yeah, I'm
there.
gonna
saying
try to pull that up.
he need to Terrence Crawford need to go out there and promote himself more, so like you pay these promoters the money to promote
And
you, but
they
it's
don't
like,
want to do their job. And
well, right. Well, the game has changed now, due to social media. But my
but
point of what I'm trying to say, Myron, there's no love in this game. People
yeah,
The
turn their
question
backs
is,
on you. That's what I'm trying to say. Once all the milk is out the titties and they can't milk the cow no more, then they
I
lay you
think
out to pasture.
what I'm
Oh
thinking,
my.
I think Kell Brook. I hear with 100% you saying, Lisa Bells. I just feel Kell Brook still has some good performances left in him.
that's not the right question. The
That's
question is, do we want to keep him? I could build a house in Beverly Hills on the money I've lost on him in the last 3 fights. A beautiful home. Nobody questions Crawford's innate tremendous ability. By beating a naturally bigger guy decisively, that's a big statement that he's making. The question is, does it pay the bills? Look, you can have the greatest opera singer in the world. If the fans don't support it, you're out of business.
Hey, Myron.
Yes, sir.
Myron and Boxing Sauce and everybody. Y'all gonna help me sing this. This is the song that Crawford's singing right now. Doom, doom, doom. How the damn old rap go? I'm looking at the front door. Do 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 do
Look at that. You talking about the
main
little hip
source. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking at the
main
front door.
source. Yeah.
You come in,
Main source.
Boxing Sauce to be like, go ahead, go to the front door.
That was back in the day. You talking about that's like 88, bro.
Yeah.
89. Looking at the front door. She said the main source. Lisa Bell, hip
Hey,
hop,
listen.
boxing.
You just they just look at you. You just like on a conveyor belt. When you finished out next, like a friend of mine was like earlier, they said they saw this coming with Bud and Loma. They hype you up and they put you. I'm not hype you up because they put the work in, but I'm just saying they put you up on this, pedestal. And then when they finish with you, they throw you out like a dirty dish rag.
They
That's
don't.
because
True, but they might not do.
That's the
They
harsh
haven't done that.
reality. Huh?
They haven't done that to everybody.
I didn't say they did. I'm just saying that that's the harsh reality of this business. It's unfortunate.
It's true.
that's because
and it's the truth for most fighters. Then
Look at Don King back in the day. He came in. It could be his fighter. He came in with the champ, and if his champ lost, he left out with the opposing. He would go over there. You know what I'm saying?
That's because he had points on the dude.
Hold on, y'all. Ron Boyd, you gotta give the permission for the cam and all that stuff. I got you. You came into here, but it's not letting the cam or the audio come through. You gotta re-jump in. But yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Oof.
Yeah, it's facts. It's facts. And
Yeah, that's because in all business, there's no compassion. You're just a commodity until you're not.
Correct.
That's why he was so pissed at Oscar, because Oscar cut ties with him and did his own thing before he could cut ties with Oscar. and he hated Oscar. Oscar learned from him. He took Oscar up under his wing, and Oscar said, "Got you, baby. I got you. Thank you very much, Golden Boy." And he's been doing his thing ever since.
Yeah. And
Right.
I'm kind of like watching this situation with Terrence Crawford because now he's in this situation where he's on a contract until next October. And you kind of like see people clamoring for the fight between him and Errol Spence. But I'm like this from a business perspective. If you're Al Heyman, why would you want to try to have that fight between Spence and Crawford before Crawford, ends his contract with Top Rank? Like you basically held out for Manny Pacquiao. Of course, he did have his fight with Floyd, but after that, he was still under Top Rank until the Horn fight. And then when the Horn fight went down, and Bob Arum just said, "Hey, you're not going to leave here with the WBO belt. I'm going to treat you like Bret the Hitman Hart or something." You know what I mean? And he, had him leave. But Manny Pacquiao still had the following and the backing of fans. So Al Heyman just said, "Hey, look, we can sign you for a couple of fights." And that's basically what he did. So now you got Terrence Crawford that's under contract with Top Rank until next October. Why would I want to try to use my resources to make another fight with Top Rank when I could just wait till Crawford's contract expires, then snatch him, and I get all the money?
True.
And if I'm Terrence Crawford, I would stay a free agent, and I would make my fights that way. I would go to Mikey Garcia route and be a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's no crossing the street because I am the damn street, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go.
Right now.
Yeah.
That's what Canelo's doing right now.
Because at the end of the day, once Bob Arum said that, I would have been like, okay, thank you and F you and pardon my back or not.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Bob, that motherfucker's slimy.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's showing the truth of he's showing the truth of who he's always been.
Oh,
It's business, baby. It ain't it's business, baby. You are a commodity to me. I don't give a damn.
I don't think Bob has been able to execute. And I already said this a number of times in the video. When Don King fell more to the back, it exposed Bob Arum for the lack of promoter skills that he really has.
Well, he's never been a promoter. He's just
No.
he's a lawyer.
He was a bookkeeper for whatever they call Top Rank when the Nation of Islam had him.
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
Yes.
He was a bookie. I thought he was an attorney, and he came in on
bookkeeper, attorney. He was doing all that.
Oh,
he's a lawyer. Yeah, he's just a lawyer.
Yeah,
now,
and he found out how much money.
The lawyers take care of the money too.
Yeah, he
found out how much money he could make.
Yeah.
He's very antiquated. He couldn't sell piss to a toilet. He doesn't know how to promote anything. Nothing. He's very antiquated. He knows he has one foot in the grave, so he's gonna say whatever he want to say. He's like that uncle we have, and you wonder why. He was fun when he was younger, but damn, he kind of miserable now. That's because he got one foot in the grave. He'll tell you F you every morning, but I love you, nephew. Kiss my ass. But that's
I think
uncle we all
what's
got.
the guy Moriarty or whatever, the VP of operations at Top Rank is doing most of the decisions now.
Carl Moretti,
there you go. He's doing most of the work. He's doing all the work.
I thought in his stepson.
Yes.
Todd DeBow.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing most of the work at Top Rank. And Bob Arum,
Bob Arum is almost 90 years old.
Yeah, he's just a figurehead right now.
Yeah.
That's what people ain't realizing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you're trying to say is Bob Arum, is that character, what's her name? Lady Eloise? That's what it is. Marquez. That's all Bob Arum is right now.
Yeah.
He seemed to be sharp-minded, but I'm sure he might have lost a step or two.
Yeah, he's not reading no fucking no.
No.
He don't put in this work for 40, 50 years. 40 years and 40 years, yeah, plus, and he just got the other guys running that. But he's just a figurehead because his name still resonates through the industry.
Yeah, Bob.
It's
Bob
like,
Arum is, he's just exactly what you said. He's a figurehead.
yeah.
Someone takes out his socks, and he's the type, that complain. I said I wanted my eggs runny. He's just at that stage in life. He don't want to do this no more. But he still
I
wants
mean,
to be out there.
I think he still loves being in a. Believe it or not, I still think he loves the interviews. He loves being questioned and answering questions and all that, and still talking and all that. But yeah, but doing major like paperwork and hitting contracts and all of that stuff, no, I don't see him doing that. He's not doing that no more. Of course not. He's chilling. You know what I'm saying? But he just playing his role for what he is, letting the younger guys he brought up and taught the game do the hard paperwork and really the contract analyzations and the business decisions. That's just
Yeah,
reality. Nobody
that
I know
was,
90 years old still doing that. He ain't doing that.
yeah,
And I
that was
can't be mad at him because it would be the same if I was in this predicament. So I'm not knocking you. I'm
yeah.
not
And
knocking you.
that was a bad move. He said he tweeted something out, or he said something. I doubt he know how to tweet, but because if I'm
If he
a
tweeted that,
fighter
that is
right
crazy.
now, if I'm a fighter right now on Top Rank, and I'm watching how they treat their top dog, I'm like, okay, well, what the hell they gonna do to
Yeah,
me?
we'll still
He
beat him.
either tweeted
Nah,
it or
On the field.
this
somebody.
is on it's on the Athletic. Did like post a link. But the thing with the Athletic is they're kind of like a membership based website. But like the comments from Bob Arum, like what I basically said, that comes from the article on the Athletic. So,
Okay, so it's something
but
like
I kind of like this is it's
it a
no
tweet?
surprise from him. He said these same things when he had Rigondeaux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said some very polarizing things in public on camera in the
Yeah.
mic. So I'm not. I can see him
Yeah.
saying that shit. Wow.
Yeah, they treated Rigo nasty. Remember, we was just talking about I bought Rigo up yesterday because of what happened with the what was the brother's name yesterday? Was it Jason Maloney or
Wait, yesterday?
yeah, which brother
Andrew.
was it?
That
Okay,
was
Andrew
in that fight.
Maloney. Right. And it kind of reminded me how we had to wait so long to see what with them looking at the film, and Bob Bennett came out there and they had to re-look at the film and all of that. It reminded me of like when Rigo with the Moises Flores fight, remember, and how long it took.
Yeah.
And it came to a no contest because he hit him like slightly after the bell and he was holding behind his neck or whatever. And remember how Lampley made such a fuss about Rigo?
Yep.
Huh? And that put me back in the mindset of Rigo yesterday and how long it took. And then they had that old man, what's his name? Robert Byrd looking at us. Oh God, we're going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was there on live. Look, we was on live just like
that whole time, man.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
40 minutes over this bullshit. And we all said, look, they're just killing airtime. This is what they spend airtime, and they don't want to bring the other guys out, and they're dragging this shit out. They weren't trying to bring Kell Brook and Crawford out yet, and they're just dragging this bullshit out. Because I've never in my life seen them take this long to make a decision. Not even close. They would get the shit mopped up in like 5-10 minutes. Easily. Less than 5. Really 5 minutes. They mopped the shit out, made a decision. They dragged that shit out for 30
It happened with
minutes.
Rigo. That's what I was trying to say. Rigo had a 0, and then it wound up being a no contest on his record. This was before he fought Lomo.
Y'all were having an intense conversation about that. I got a nice little nap in, man. I woke up.
Yeah, oh
Y'all was
yeah,
still
you
talking
fell
about the
asleep.
same
But we
night.
Man, you be having like naps out of nowhere.
Hey, man, it works. It works. We had a good show after that. I mean, minus the whole plus size brothel thing, but it was a great show.
Cause you feel up. Me and Boxing Sauce were still talking, and you was just zoned. I mean, completely quiet. And we was like, I was like, yo, he fell asleep. And Boxing Sauce, yeah, he asleep. He knocked out or something. Okay, well he'll wake up and realize we ain't here no more.
Yeah. He said you wake up to a blank screen.
He gonna
I
wake
felt
up to
like
a
that.
blank
I
screen.
felt like that dude who got left at the club. All those boys gone. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, hey, that dude's been me before. My dudes ain't left
Man,
me, but they was out in the freaking car waiting. Like we was waiting for your ass to wake up, motherfucker. You just there passed out. You was passed out on the goddamn booth.
nah,
I
dog.
was like, well, goddamn, was like, man, the waitress and the ladies had you. They say he's all right. Y'all go ahead. We ain't gonna let nothing happen to him. I was like, well, you dirty mother. You still don't know. He could have did something to me.
Damn, that's
That's been me.
bad.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's been me. The
Folks
wild
will wake
days,
me
bro. My
up, but they'll
wild
take a picture of me sleep before they wake me up, though.
Dude, do you know how many pictures I have? These Bama's got me of just out, locked out, my wild days and everything. Too
Oh
many,
man,
bro. Yeah, I got too many. I got too many out there. I got more friends and everything. It's like, and that's when I was at 190. At one point, actually, at one point in my life, I was like 204. And
Really?
yeah, I was at 204, but I held it pretty. That's when I was more like when I was 185. It was after I came back from Miami, or so I say South Florida, Fort Lauderdale area, and I was 185 thick, strong. But I mean built. And then I moved back home, and this is we talking about 2007, and I moved back home, and then from '08, you know what I mean, 07, '08, '09. Well, should I say the first year? Yeah, '07 to '08 to come before before the winter came. I put on a good I put on about 20 pounds, and but it was just the fat around the muscle. So I was carrying it well, but if you take my shirt off, I was like, oh my god, nah, I can't do this. So I went on a mission to go ahead and lose it all, and I lost. I probably then when I got doing in my job in the cardiovascular I was doing, I got down to probably like about 170, 165. I was
dang.
around, and that was too light for me, light in my body because sometimes I don't, smoking reduces your appetite, and also I was sometimes I wasn't eating properly, so I got down to 165, and my alcohol resistance was gone in this whole period. And that's where they got all these pictures of. Because I was drinking, and I could drink like a sailor and don't be freaking, well, but the best of them. But then when I lost all that weight and I was doing so much cardio and my metabolism moved so fast that anytime I was drinking anything, it was just going straight through my system and hit my blood. And I was just like, I couldn't. I mean, it would be 2 drinks. It'd be 2 drinks. I'd be just gone. It was like, yo, this ain't you. Something wrong with your body or something. I was like, I'm too fucking light for my at this age in my life, for my age and my weight. I've lost too much muscle. It was, and my man was like, yeah, you stripped down like 30 fucking pounds, nigga. You can't. I was like, yeah. And so it took a while for my body to act, but this is my natural weight around 175. But when jumping up to 205, like 209 when I was on a scale, my girl was like, God damn, it's like you don't look that heavy. But yet I tried to do a backflip and I landed on my head in the street and shit. And so I like that. I'm too heavy. I can't even got no spring or anything. I tried to bust a backflip and landed on my head and shit. And I was like, no, my spring is gone. So I had to lose all that shit. And then I lost about 30 pounds when it was all said and done. But I put it back on. I'm about 180 now. So this is where I'm at where I'm supposed to be about now.
Yeah. You ain't big or nothing. You look like you're a little track star, man. Because I know when I came back from the military, I was 185. When I joined, I was 225. But I wasn't. I could carry the weight. I was boxing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they wear you the hell out in the military. So, and I was just too small. So even I was laughing when you said you were 205, right?
Yeah.
Because even that was too small for me. I had to go back to 215, 220. Now I'm just 40 pounds I got to lose, and I'll be back to where I need to be. So yeah, I bought a bike. I'm gonna do that. I'm starting back my martial arts classes and stuff like that. And other than that, that's it. That's it, man. I'm gonna get back in shape, man. Get back in shape
Hey,
so I
man,
can do. Yeah,
Ron Boy Fresh comes in here and run out. What the fuck are you scared of, Ron Boy? But yeah, man. Yeah, it's health is wealth, man. I'm a big advocate of health and holistic health, homeopathic medicine, and all that. So, but
definitely that, man.
I put on too
Definitely.
much weight and then I just stripped it down, and I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't eating right. I know it. I'm probably, and for how much I was, working at that point to get myself back on the feet and comfortable and where I should be. Where today, I was just like working my fucking ass off. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't eating though, right? And it just I couldn't hold no liquor at all. That was the thing. I had no freaking liquor. Ron Boy Fresh, what's up?
What up? What up, Slim? What's good with you?
Long time no see. Finally get your ass on a freaking live stream. What's up, champ? What's your thoughts, baby?
Man, come on, man. You
I know
already
you
know,
got a
man.
lot of them. I know you
You
got.
already know I move totally different than everybody, man. I be at all the
You know you be at what?
yeah, I be at all the fighting events and shit, man. But as far as this bud shit, people don't know nothing about what they talking about, man. As far as the way Bob Earn move, they don't know what they talking about.
Break it down then, because I know you at the fights.
Break it down so it can
And
ever be
you live
perfect.
on Twitter. You on all those motherfuckers threads every day.
Well, I got an echo right now, so let me move to one of the rooms in my house.
You sound all
Hold
right.
on. All right, you can hear me?
Yeah, clearly.
All right. All right.
The echo might be through your phone. If you on here and still have it on the live separately playing on the phone, whatever, you got to take that one off. That creates an echo. I found out too.
Is he gone or did he drop?
Oh shit. All right.
No, he ain't gone.
All right. So what we gonna do is, man, Brooke, y'all talking about Brooke.
Yeah, Brooke and yeah, was talking about Brooke and Carl. Yeah, Brooke and what he's going to do.
Y'all fella realize, man, Brooke ducked 3 fights at 154. Brooke ducked Liam Smith. That's why Eddie Hearn wasn't fucking with Brooke. Brooke ducked Horn. Brooke ducked Jesse Vargas.
Okay, Lisa Bell's hit on that. Liam Smith, Horn, and Jesse Vargas. Okay, so that's what it fell out came with Eddie Hearn.
So as far as Brooke fighting at 154, it's not happening, Slim. He don't want to fight no punches.
Mm.
He don't want to fight no punches at 154.
Okay.
When he fought Triple G?
That you know how long ago Triple G fight was? Them days are over, man. He got his face broke twice. He's not interested in that, man.
Okay.
Keep on going. Keep on going.
I can see that in his eyes a little bit. That's what I was worried. I mean, kind of in the back of my mind, but I hear you. Go ahead, break down the spiel. I know you got a lot to say.
Oh yeah, I still got this fucking echo, Slim. I'm really. Hold on. Yo,
he's in the
it's
thick.
the echo that's killing me, Slim. I'm dead ass serious. I don't know why I had. Hold on, man. I got this shit.
Hey.
No, you know how I roll. You know how I roll. You know how I roll, man. I can't get my shit off because the echo keeps banging off for me like it is.
You boxing
all right.
Probably Lisa, but y'all pay close. You are on the threads. You tweet on them motherfuckers threads every day. I know you look on the individual fighters threads.
God
I know
damn.
you
Hold
close.
on.
Ron Boy Fresh is like, yeah, Ron Boy Fresh is sticking. I
You
know
know
y'all.
what?
If y'all on Twitter, look, if you live on
All right,
Twitter, you've had
we
to see
good.
Ron Boy Fresh.
Yeah, man.
I thought he worked for Top Rank. Me and Ron Boy Fresh had a beef like this. Nigga, you work for Top Rank, don't you? Because he was going for all the top. He like, no, but you crazy. I'm like, nigga, you work for Top Rank.
I'm just laughing because every time we get that pause because of the echo, I keep thinking about that scene from Harlem Nights with the heavyweight champ. He's like, I'm, I'm gonna.
Shut your
Yeah.
ass. Hey,
Yeah.
the confident ignorance said, ain't nobody scared of Liam Smith. Okay, wait
So
till we get
nobody afraid of Beefy?
Would you say Source?
I was saying, so nobody's afraid of Beefy Smith, huh?
That's what confident ignorance said. How good is Liam Smith to you guys?
He pretty good. That was a good fight with him, Liam Smith, and the other Liam. Oh, what's the other
Williams.
Liam? Yeah, that was a good fight.
I've never
He's
seen
pretty
him
good.
fight.
I know he lost to Canelo, but he's not a bad fighter.
I think I saw that loss to Canelo too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't say I've seen a man fight, but every time you say Liam, I think about that movie. I don't know who you are, but I have a certain set of skills and all of that.
That's
That's
Callum Smith's brother.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of those brothers. It's like 4 of them, and one of the brothers fought Andre Ward too.
Do Callum Smith deserve a fight with Canelo Alvarez, being that many people feel he lost to John Ryder?
Who am I to say what a person deserves? It's what you negotiate.
Well, you absolutely right. Damn, you just shut that shit down with some good game. And that's some game I would say too.
where'd you go to law school, Lisa? That was a shot. I like that. Where'd you go to law school?
Shut it down with a
I
game.
ain't go
You
to
know what?
law
I can't
school.
say shit back. Lisa,
Hey
you hit that.
Troy, I ain't go to law school. I went to life school.
Well, all right now. All right.
There you
Sure.
go.
What did Smith do versus Munguia? Munguia got him. Was that the fight Munguia they thought? Hold up, was that the fight they thought Munguia lost?
Nah, the Hogan fight, or yeah, I thought it was a Hogan fight. They thought McGill lost.
That he didn't do really well? Was
No,
it?
I don't think Beefy fought Munguia, did he?
Sip Buzz said he fought Munguia too. Liam Smith.
Did he?
Yeah.
Where's the brother, man? He got me all excited. I thought he had something to
He
say.
did fight McGill.
Yeah. I thought that was the fight. Look, and I think he did very, very well against Munguia, and people thought he got robbed. That was that fight.
Oh, it must have been when they was on HBO, right? It must have been
That was
before.
2018.
I don't know, but I know people thought he lost that fight.
That was McGill's first defense of that WBO 154 title.
Yeah, and people thought that he lost. A lot of people felt, that Liam Smith outpointed him.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going
James
on?
Bell.
Oh, that's James Bell. Okay. What's up, James Bell?
You got
What
two.
on, player?
You got 2 James Bell. Boxer Source is James Bell too. And that's the other
Bell
James.
and Bell connection.
All right.
Shoot, man. Man, wish I could have been on live with y'all yesterday, man. I had to go work.
Yeah,
Got to call the main event though.
Yeah. Shit, after we was waiting 40 minutes for a main event. That shit
Oh,
put
man.
people to sleep. I was like,
That was horrible.
Man, Undercard was that bad?
My boy first said that was Hogan. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Somebody.
So y'all saying the Undercard was that bad though?
What?
For the Brook and Crawford fight.
Was it bad? No, it seemed like it was about to get interesting, and then it was It was over.
Oh man.
Let me ask a question. What's going on with the kid? What's going on with him? Shakur was in his
Yeah.
corner. What's going on with him?
with
Like,
Greer,
I,
Josh
I
Greer.
yeah, that was my little guy. I was following him on Showbox Night with the pillow.
Yeah,
What's going on with him? Do you think he needs to change his style or
he
a
needs to
trainer?
change
What's
something
going
because
on with him?
he hasn't looked good in the past few fights. And he had that fight. What was it? A few months ago, and he didn't look good in that fight at all. Ended up losing that fight, and he had like two kind of like lackluster performances before that. So yeah, he needs to change up his style or something because Josh Greer is just not looking good at all.
Did he move up in weight or something? Because he's a
No.
small guy.
Who is his trainer?
Well,
K.
Shakur was
Coach
huh?
K. Coach K is his
Oh,
trainer.
Coroma.
Coach K.
Coach K. Karoma, who
Remember
trains Herb
Okay.
Shakur. The problem
Yeah.
with Joshua Gray is he needs to sit down on his punches, man. I told him that.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
They were
you know
saying
they
Shakur was giving some pretty good
Shakur is that dude, man. Shakur know what he doing, man. But it's just Joshua Gray, man. It's just he you just gotta work with him. You gotta work. Joshua Gray just not ready yet. He's just not there yet.
Mm-hmm. I think
right.
Shakur is ready, and I think
No, Shakur is that savage. Shakur live right down the road. Shakur staying. Shakur is in the city for real.
No,
Yes.
where does he live?
He lives in Alexandria. He
Yeah,
lives
he
right
off
over the
he
bridge.
off somewhere in like
He lived by
y'all
right in the
Pentagon
serious?
City.
main city of Alexandria, not like down by freaking
He's not
Duke
Old Town.
Street or nothing like that. Like
Yeah,
he's probably up by
Kingstown?
probably around that
nah,
area.
he's
Franconia?
over the bridge. He right there. He right there when you come up. I can't. Shit.
So
It's
he's
he
by
right.
Route. So you saying he's by near Route
Yeah,
1
he
close?
right over there by the bridge, bro. They go to they
Route
go to the
One.
Alexandria gym.
Where?
Him, Hurd, and all of them. They all train together.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I could go see him. I know
You
that
must
gym.
be
Hold up.
talking
Yeah,
about
you know the
Virginia.
gym. It's the Alexandria gym.
But he's
Okay,
got
because
to be off like Route
my
One
man
then.
Yeah.
who works with me also goes to that gym.
Oh, we by
Where's Virginia?
goddamn
I'm going to that motherfucking gym this week. Then.
like by
Yeah.
Huntington or whatever it is.
Is that Huntington? It might be. You might be
Hold
right.
up.
I think
Let me get
you
my
might
man on
be
the
right.
phone right now. Actually,
Where's this at? Virginia or DC?
Virginia.
Alexandria, it's in Virginia.
outskirts of DC, metropolitan area
Yeah.
is Virginia, but it's
Oh, okay.
outskirts of DC.
Shakur been out there. Shakur been out there for like 3 years now.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a done
Yeah.
deal then. Then okay, because my man done said, my man done told me who worked under me said, I go to the Alexander gym. I'm there. I'm talking to Hurd all the time.
Yeah, Hurd. That's
trying
what.
to get
Because Coach K trained Hurd now. That's why
Yeah.
when you saw Hurd last fight, he was boxing and he wasn't really. He didn't have that killer instinct. But Hurd need a lot of work, bro. Like he need a whole reprogramming.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does. He got
don't
a
need
good
to, he
amount of
doesn't
work
need
to adjust to what Kate Karoma wants him to do.
Exactly.
he doesn't
And
need
I
to
know.
learn, but he don't need to lose that killer instinct that he has.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the way K Karoma is K like the boxing style, and then he's spoiled because he got Shakur. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting at? Like certain
Yeah.
boxers make things look easy, and they like. I know he'd be like, "Look, man, Shakur, y'all look at Shakur, but see, they fella realize Shakur is special."
Exactly.
And he
But
started,
that's
and he started
the
at a
main
young
reason why
age.
Shakur was in the ring with Joshua. You
Hold
see what
up.
I'm getting at?
Yeah,
That
but
was
and
the
the thing
main
is, Ron
reason.
Boy,
Huh?
he
Yeah.
started at a younger age, and he didn't
Huh?
have no laps. He didn't have no laps like Hurd. Hurd started boxing, left boxing, then went back to it. You feel me?
Yeah, but see, Hurd style, Hurd need. But the problem with Hurd is Hurd
It-
might be too far gone. That's what I'm saying.
How old
He's
is
Like
very
it's
predictable.
Hey,
yeah, he
I'm
might be
sorry.
too.
I
And
got a
I think
question.
no,
I
Hurt.
did he
thought
lose his
Yeah,
last
Shakur,
fight?
huh?
I think
I
Hurt
thought
lost his last
Shakur's
fight, did
grandfather,
No,
I
Hurt won
thought,
his last fight.
he won?
I
He
thought
won
Shakur's
earlier this year.
grandfather was his trainer.
Yeah, it is. It is. His grandfather's his trainer, but Coach Karoma is like the head trainer. You see what I'm getting
Oh,
at?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Coach Karoma got a lot of fighters, bro. He got a lot of them youngins. He got a lot of he like the new Robert Garcia.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he deals with a lot of the amateur folks because he's been in
Yeah,
the
he's
amateur
like the
game
new
for
Robert.
years.
He's like the new Robert Garcia. That's exactly what he is. He's the new Robert Garcia, man.
Okay.
Like nobody really fucking with Robert Garcia. Like I mean, I be at the fights, man. Robert Garcia have like 15 fights. He be there the whole fucking day with like fights after fights after fights after
He get,
fights. I'm like, this shit
Man,
is crazy. Like he got so many fighters, man.
yeah,
So
he's
many,
stable, dude.
bro. It's
Well,
a
I got a
lot of them.
question, boxing
Yeah.
source. Okay, as far as her, right? There's no way that you could implement because he's a come forward style.
Mexican
You
style.
know,
Hurt is a bona
yeah.
fide Mexican style boxer.
Facts.
Yeah, he is.
right? But he could still be like the old, but incorporate some new with a lot of head
He
movement,
can, but they
feints, and
yeah, you can. That's what they trying to get him. I think they trying to get him with the head movement, but sometimes boxers just step in their ways, and then they go back to that old way of
Yeah,
doing
back
things.
to that.
Correct.
Yeah,
Exactly.
to me, I
Especially
don't.
when a fight goes not going the way you plan,
Exactly.
you resort to what you know best.
Right.
I see like with Hurd, he could probably work on his guard and probably learn how to slip punches because
Right.
I don't see him being someone that could move his head that well. And like even with the way that he trains now, he's training against guys that are like much bigger than him. Like he's
Yeah.
trained against heavyweights. So you're not gonna kind of like work more on your agility fighting guys that are like
Mhm.
175, 192, 220
Right.
plus.
He needs to be
So
fighting faster
Because
fighters.
he was in the ring with F.A. Ajagba.
that's right.
God damn.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
him
he need them
because
little
He ain't
guys.
gonna. He's not
They
gonna learn shit from fighting F.A. Ajaffa.
well, yeah, but F.A. Ajagba need to learn shit too.
A lot of shit. I'm agreeing with you
So
Yeah.
100%.
it goes both ways. I don't know I don't know what smaller fighters Herb been training with, but and I don't want to say like Shakur. I know for a fact he been training with bigger fighters. I don't know why, but he just has.
He need to be
But
fighting smaller, faster fighters.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
So his reaction time and his reflexes increase.
yeah, but then you looking at height and distance. You can't get that from like Hurd is tall, man. He's
He like
tall.
6. Yeah, he's 6', 6'1".
Right. So just imagine him in the ring with say a Shakur. Shakur probably like 5'7". So it's not. It's just
5'8". Yeah,
different.
yeah.
It's just different, bro. It's different. He need to be like with like a good fighter for him to train with
But
that
who hasn't?
small
Let me
would be
ask you a question. Who hasn't he ain't been in a?
Jamel Hearn or
Yeah.
Mighty Mo.
But everybody he's fought, he's been over them by like 2 inches, 3
Yeah,
inches.
because he's tall, but you can't put them light boxers in there
Get
unless they
someone like
tall.
get Robert Easter in there. Robert Easter's his
Oh yeah,
height.
Robert Easter do good. Robert Easter 6 feet. Right, hell
Yeah.
yeah. Robert Easter
Yeah.
do good.
Yeah, but he might knock his ass out in one
Yeah,
punch.
but they not really spawn like that. That's not what that is for though. They not really
Yeah, they're
looking for
not.
that.
I know
They're not
somebody that
on the
may be
streets.
good. I know somebody that may be good. The two brothers. Oh, they Cuban. They got good
Oh, you
boxing
talking about
skills.
the Falcos?
No,
Yeah, Falcos.
Lawan and
Oh, you
they
talking
wear the
about them?
wow.
Oh yeah. All right.
They
I
got
think
a
you talking
good.
about the youngest from Brazil.
No. These
One of them
guys are
with Top Rank
Cuban.
and the other one with Golden Boy Promotions.
These two
Oh,
are with PBC. Lawan and they two brothers and they tall and lanky. One of them for uh Bunny.
You got Bartholomew. Yeah, Bartholomew.
Yeah, the Bartholomew brothers.
Okay.
Oh, Bartholomew, man, they
They move. They slick
but
and they move their
they
heads.
definitely slick, but I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Ranches Bartholomew right now. Because I spoke to him when we was at the Charlo, when I went to the Charlo fight, the first joint, the joint over Christmas in 2018. I spoke to him. He was wilding. I don't know what the hell he be on, but he all right.
Dude, hey, let me ask
he a
you a
little
question.
crazy.
Do the PBC gotta get more discipline over there?
Nah, it's not that they got to get more discipline. The problem is it's the way the business structure is.
Yeah.
And they got to
need to
milk
work
fight
a lot
dates. They got to milk. You got to understand. They got to milk fight dates in the way the business structure is. And unfortunately, it takes a. It's like, man, PBC is weird because the fighters don't really like it, but they won't say they don't like it. They don't like being like. They don't like being in limbo. It's not structured like that. You know what I'm saying? They're not structured over there at PBC.
Yeah, I said it last night. I was like, you know what's different about the PBC, bro? Is that somehow, well, I may be saying too much, but the loophole that the PBC has found as, okay, the boxers are their own. They have the boxes, all the boxers that fight in the PBC, fact or false, true or false, they have them set up their own like promotional company, right?
Right.
That's a front, though.
Yeah, it's a front.
Yeah, yes, we know it's a front, but still, it's paper. It's still paper. So the fact of the matter is, they never have no true promoter but themselves, and they don't know how to promote themselves. So that is not really real. That's just some I can go do that. That's not really real. It's that's just a paper, bro. That's
technicalities for paperwork.
Exactly. That's not really real.
What I'm saying is that doesn't do benefit for them, because who's really promoting those fighters? Who really promotes?
Tom Brown. Tom Brown.
Yeah, this don't fight enough for me.
Who's Tom Brown?
Floyd and Tom Brown, TGB.
So what's his position over these fighters who have
promoter? PBC, the two main promoters is Mayweather and Tom Brown. Those are the promoters.
Yeah, used to be DeBella on that.
It used to be DeBella, but they got mad at DeBella because he showed Wilder the money. They got mad at him.
Right.
That's a fact. I've been to that. They were livid.
AB had about billions.
So PBC said it's Tom Brown. He's what?
I'm talking about the main promoters. Those are the two main promoters at PBC is Mayweather and Tom Brown, which is TGB.
TGB.
And Mayweather ain't promoting nothing.
No. Mayweather's the greatest promoter. Mayweather's the greatest promoter.
Of himself.
Wait a minute.
No, Mayweather's the trust me when I tell you, Mayweather's the greatest promoter. You want me to tell you why? Because he trick bag people to believe that Tank Davis is a beast. He's the best promoter.
I disagree with
that. He is the best promoter. He is the best. Him and Ellaby, they got this shit on lock because they trick bagged all these people to believe Tank Davis is a fucking cash cow, and people running with it.
That.
So you don't believe it, but do you believe? Don't you believe most people believe it? Because that's what I'm seeing when I go to when I'm telling you, I'm in the city. These motherfuckers was going livid that Tank was fighting in Atlanta. These motherfuckers, Baltimore, they was going down to Atlanta, the whole East Coast, Atlanta. And when he was in Baltimore, man, you couldn't, man, it was crazy.
He's talking about
I don't know. But then again, I don't know. But then again, I don't know what Tank makes, so I can't say.
No, I'm not talking about his money part. But what I'm saying is, Tank can't be, and this is where me and Ellaby and Myron, you know, me and Ellaby hate each other. Me and Ellaby go at it all the time. And Ellaby, I told Ellaby last year that they were fighting Santa Cruz. And let me tell you why. Because Mayweather bootlicks PBC bootlicks the Mexican fan base.
Of course. They've been doing
it. And so does Bob Erm, because Bob Erm told you they need the Mexicans too. But Floyd do it on a whole nother level. And don't get me wrong, Floyd's the greatest boxer ever. I stand by.
Okay, now you hit a point. Okay, hold up. You hit a point.
Yeah.
They bootlicked the Mexican fans, which is why we never saw Leo Santa Cruz versus Gary Russell Jr.
What?
Oh man.
You want me to tell you why?
Yes.
Huh?
Exactly. And I said
No.
that shit. And look,
I
You know
don't
why
get
they
it.
did, you know why you didn't see Gary Russell Jr. and Leo Santa Cruz?
Bro, I made a
Why?
video way back.
Because
I was like,
I'm gonna tell you why you never seen it.
Hold
GR
up.
spoke out
Let me finish.
against
I
Floyd.
said a mini
No,
video
that's not it.
about it. I said, look,
That's not it.
it makes sense. Hold up. One at a time.
That's
it
not
makes sense for the PBC to go ahead and keep Santa Cruz with a title. I got a video. I will find it and post it.
Exactly.
Keep Santa Cruz with the title for that base. Because if you look at the whole entire stable, it's not a whole lot of them.
That's
so
true.
You got to at least keep one with the title up there to keep that fan base paying attention to your product.
Exactly.
And your group.
Think about this.
And that's why you can't have him fight Gary Russell Jr.
Exactly.
in the same
you know
weight
why?
class and lose that shit.
Right.
I made a video saying that shit like 8 months ago.
Yeah. The whole thing was they want to make Tank a pay-per-view star. They cannot make Tank a pay-per-view star unless he get the scalp of a Mexican. Gary Russell Jr. would have disrupted that whole business plan. They were never going to make that fight. That's why Leo Santa Cruz stopped having competitive fights in the last 2 or 3 years because they was fattening them up for Tank Davis.
So do y'all think
and if y'all remember, that was the thing that not only Gary Jr. was talking about, but Gary Sr. was talking about that years ago. He was like, "What is going on with Leo Santa Cruz? Like, are they protecting Leo Santa Cruz?"
Bro,
it was
they
logical.
basically knew what they
and
were
you want me
going
to
to
tell
do
you?
with Santa Cruz.
And you want me to tell you who's the next Leo Santa Cruz over there?
Who?
Brandon Figueroa. They're going to do the same exact thing with Brandon Figueroa. They're going to keep Stephen Fulton away from all the Mexicans over there. And they're going to keep fattening them up. I'm telling you, Stephen Fulton is the next Gary Russell Jr. They're not going to feed him none of the Mexicans.
So how
And
about
check it out,
Gary
right?
Russell versus Tank?
You know what? I think that's messed up because Brandon Figueroa, right? He go in there and he gives it his all. He leaves it in the ring.
He does.
Every fight that I see Brandon Figueroa has, it's a tough fight.
Yeah. But do you
So
think
it's like,
I'm not
go
taking
ahead.
nothing away from Brandon Figueroa's skills, but do you honestly think they're going to feed Brandon Figueroa to Stephen Fulton?
Nope.
I never thought about
Hell
it.
no. They're not going to do it. They're not. Stephen Fulton is a cold beast, but they're not going to do it because, and I hate to be, I mean, I'm going to keep it a buck. PBC whole thing. How come you think, how the hell do you think Mikey Garcia jumped the line to get a Spence fight?
For the money.
No, for that
He's
fan base.
Mexican.
It was an easy sale. Now Mikey it's an easy sale. Do you think Earl would have gave Boots that opportunity? Hell no.
Right. And you guys, and so it just equates the whole thing. And honestly, that is a business now. When you got
twisted
Latino
convoluted.
America, where you got Latin America, who's about 17-18% of the population,
and you
can see how they got to move their market. And
then you look at all these black fighters coming to the ring in Mexican fucking outfits, bro. What kind of bootlicking shit is that? That's crazy to me. I ain't seen a Mexican come to the ring yet with kitty cloth on. They just bootlicking too much, man. I can't stand that shit.
Ain't they mocking them though? They ain't trying to really rep them.
And Floyd started that.
Yeah, but that's Floyd doing that.
Bro,
You know, Floyd started that.
Bro, it's a game.
Floyd got that from Roger though.
Yeah,
Roger was
No. Roger was fighting him. Roger was mocking him. Roger was mocking him because he was called the Black Mamba. He was taking him out. He wasn't trying to monetize them. He was, he's knocking them out.
Right, exactly.
Floyd is the one that said. Floyd is the one that turned him into money.
I'm not knocking Floyd, and you know what? Floyd did it, but the problem now is everybody's trying to run the Money Mayweather program, but they ain't even do the Pretty Boy shit yet.
Oh,
that's my biggest problem.
Right,
I'm sick of hearing about Pretty Money.
Exactly, my G.
Boxing is bigger than.
I've been saying that forever. And when
boxing has
said that, hold on, when
Floyd can do what he wants because you know what?
We all
you know
talking
why?
at the same time, Ron.
Think about this.
When Teofimo said that at the live, y'all want to be Money Mayweather, but y'all don't want to be Pretty
They
Boy.
don't. It's the truth. I've been saying that for years.
He put them all on
and
front.
everybody trying to run this Floyd Mayweather program, but at the end of the day, before Floyd was at the age of 25, he fought a top 10 pound for pound fighter. You know who that top 10 pound for pound fighter was? Chico Corrales.
Mm-hmm. Gotta build your resume up first.
People, exactly. That's what people when people say, well, why you like Floyd? Floyd Travis, like, you call Floyd whatever you want, to cherry pick all you want. I've been rocking with Floyd since day one. I seen the money, I seen the work he put in. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is,
I seen that work he put in. I seen how they avoided that man. So if he want to do what he want to do, but the problem is these other boxers is going to a formula that they ain't even get to the pretty boy stage yet. But you know who did the pretty boy stage, and he not gonna never get credit for it. Is Bud.
Cross-dresser.
Bud did the pretty boy stage, but he's never gonna get credit for it.
Yeah, Bud got it the harder way, definitely.
Exactly. Bud got his out the mud.
Can I be honest with you? I appreciate the man's talent. I'd be a fool and a fool if I didn't, but yeah, but you know what he represents is clearly now all around boxing and is not doing the sport any good. The Teofimos of the world and the guys that actually, yes, they fight for money, but they also got that fire in them that wants to make them fight for glory. Those are the ones that will carry the torch and keep building the sport. These cats that just one of these A-side, B-side, garbage people cats, they're never going to carry no torch. They're going to burn out and be forgotten, because I say this all the time. You got twins, you got all them people over there at the PBC, and now one of them's a household name. We know who they are, but they're not household names. How you had two dudes that come back from cancer to win championships and nobody knows their story? How?
The millennial generation of boxing was weak as hell, but Gen Z coming in strong as fuck. You look at like the Devin Haney's and, you know what I'm saying, the Ryan Garcias, they coming in, they won't smoke, man. Like Teofimo Lopez, they won't smoke. Yeah,
because you know why? You know why they won't smoke? Is because they have to fight each other because there's no old lions to take out. That's the biggest problem they're gonna. That's the biggest problem Ryan Garcia is gonna have, that he can never be as good as Oscar, because Oscar had old lions to take out. These youngins don't have any old lions to take out. They don't have them.
And no, welcome boxing with Bud inside the freaking panel. My bad, homie. I had to give you a proper due in. You come in and show love all the time. What's up, man?
Appreciate you for having me, family. Appreciate you for having me. I'm just kicking it, man. I'm chilling with y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
What's good?
So how y'all feel about that? So how y'all feel about that bridgeweight title that's about to come on the scene?
Garbage.
Basura.
Hey, I got an idea though to make it interesting though. They need to they need to make a tournament though.
No.
We act like we don't see it.
What it told me is something that I've said for the longest time. I don't care who it is. I want to just create a nonprofit or for-profit organization, create a list of fighters and rankings, get some money together, make a belt, crown somebody a champion, and just have them fight for that belt, and just let us get 3% off of each fight. That's it.
Oh, damn.
That's all they're doing.
That's going to be Deontay Wilder over there. That's what all this is all about.
Well, but if you think about it, but the sad part is, if you really think about that bridgerweight, if you really break it down and put who would be in the bridgerweight, it actually be a hell of a division. If you put
put in
Bruno will be over there.
Oh my God!
You put Usyk, you put Bounty Hunter, you put Wilder, you put it's so many.
Bounty Hunter, the DJ from Yard. Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
If you do that, that's
the DJ from Yard.
That's the end of historic heavyweight division. If you do that, man, you can't even compare nobody.
Yeah, but it devalues, and that's the problem. It'll devalue the heavyweight division. It'll make the heavyweight division look like trash. Actually,
you can't even compare somebody. You know what I'm saying? From antiquity to somebody in modern times. You know what I'm saying? In the heavyweight division, because shit, I mean, over 200 pounds, man, like it's fair game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You land shit down regardless. So it's like you can't even compare somebody to Mike Tyson in 2030. Like that's the end of boxing.
Yeah, but if you think about it also, and it seemed like root. I don't really like the Bridgerweight, but if you think about it though, the Bridgerweight also would represent more of a throwback heavyweight status too, because that was the size of the heavyweights, if not smaller.
Yeah,
Back in the day.
Or we could just breed some cats
With the exceptional Holmes.
that's that size and make them fight them big motherfuckers. Because it's boxing, like it's cats to
Right.
fight down at lightweight to fight somebody that's 6 inches taller than them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But way bigger frames. And they go in there fight them.
If Chris Bird was able to fight these super heavyweights like the Klitschko's
Thank you.
and guys like that, then
Tua was able to fight them too.
Exactly.
Chris Mike Bird Tyson, the hell.
Chris Bird,
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
and all that
Because if you look at it, George Foreman was one of the first really super heavyweights. Him and Lyle, and then you had some other big dudes coming up after them too. Those
Ken Norton was kind of big.
Yeah, those are big dudes, man.
But let's also face it too. These heavyweights look a mess, dog. Their structure look trashy. It's just they not really that look. They know as a whole. Like I don't know. These heavyweights look terrible, man. Back in the day, the heavyweights used to be fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They used to just look better.
And they all had a story. They all had a story. These cats
look
stuff.
better. Like, you got like 26-year-old heavyweights looking like they been looking like the old Larry Holmes and shit like that. Like, you only like
Rondell Booker.
Yeah.
No, but you know what really lost?
Yeah.
Like a Dylan White.
Like when Larry Holmes was in his, he was cut.
You know what it is? These fighters, because boxing is so open, because the talent level is so low.
Exactly.
You got fighters who's coming into boxing, and it's the second or third resort. So they started boxing at 18, 19, and 20, and not at freaking 8, 9, or 10.
Yeah, because a lot of people go into football and MMA and all these other sports.
And look, everybody who fits that: Joshua, Wilder, Dylan White. All these cats, all the cats we say in the top right now, even Chisora, they didn't take it seriously until this fucking 18, 19. Well, back in the day, the boxers was bred from a young age all the way up.
And they were hungry.
I agree with that, but but also, but also, you have to realize you could start at 17 and all that as long as you actually fall in love with this thing. Joshua fell in love with it and he started late. White has a great understanding of the sport and he respects it. That's why he's the way he is, right?
He don't stay come in shape to respect it.
No. He comes in shape for him, but if you watch him, man, because if he doesn't respect it, then he would never ask for that quick rematch, and he wouldn't be fighting the way he fights.
No, because he might realize that he might have lost quite a bit of fucking money.
No, Myron. Come on now, Myron. Don't do that. Follow the guy. Follow the guy's career, man. If it was about money, then he would have took that. Huh?
What position was he in before he lost to Povetkin?
Okay, I don't know, man, but you got
to fight Fury.
That fight was never gonna happen.
Get back in that position. That's logical.
That fight was never gonna happen. I mean, he's been in that position to fight Wilder, and Wilder told him to fight Ruiz. If he wanted to, he could have been like, okay, I'll fight him, and then what? And then he would have put up another, But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is
that Taco Bell.
Boxing is a lot. Okay, that's a dude. That's a perfect example of someone who don't love the sport and he has no respect for it. You beat the top guy. All you had to do was show up in great shape, fight, win, lose, or draw. If you put up a good fight, a good account for yourself. If you win, fantastic, you're established. If you lose, good, you're established. He erased every bit of that. He simply said, I don't care, I'm getting my money, and he showed up. Where were the Mexicans then? You know what they told him? F you, because you showed no pride. You showed no pride, and you can't represent us. Bama. Okay? That's what they told him.
You gotta hold your fighters to a standard. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what the standard is, you know what I'm saying? How y'all want to roll, I guess.
Yep, and Canelo too. Let's talk about Canelo.
Ooh. Cannoli.
That's a good side dish with General Charles, isn't it? Doesn't that go good with General
Where
Charles?
is Canelo? That's what I want to end this talk tonight on. Where is Canelo going from here?
Callum
He's gonna
Smith.
fight Smith.
Callum Smith.
Callum Smith makes perfect sense. He go pat
going
his
to the
stats.
top of the world, Chico. He gonna fight everybody.
Smith.
Yeah, y'all don't even believe that.
Is
Nah,
Callum
he fighting
Smith
Callum Smith. He definitely fighting Callum
Yeah,
Smith.
he fight
Is
Callum
Callum Smith
Smith.
what we want to see?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, not
It's a belt.
necessarily,
It doesn't
but
matter.
Who else? Plus, he got a quick turnaround. I'm good for it. You know what I'm saying? If he got a quick turnaround to fight somebody else, then I'm with it. I mean, Canelo shouldn't try to fight until he in his late 30s. No way. He should try to get his money right now while he in his prime and get the fuck up out of there.
You know, to tell you the truth,
Why not? Why not fight for a belt? He the WBA regular champion, right? So why not fight for the super?
Right.
Then he fight Billy Joe Saunders for a belt, and then whatever happened with Benavidez or happened with Plant, let it happen. At least he fighting for a belt.
Yeah, he can wipe that whole division.
He ain't cherry picking no mandatories. You got champions out here cherry picking mandatories instead of unifying.
No, but to tell you the truth, I would tell Charlo, I would tell Charlo to fight me at 168, and I'll take care of business with him just to shut him up, right?
No, what? Charlo doesn't have
listen.
I'd rather see Canelo fight Billy Joe Saunders or again.
Billy Joe Saunders probably look like the Kool-Aid man right now. All probably 200 pounds.
The reason why, the reason why you want Cinnamon to fight Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, because those are easy fights he can make back to back. You don't want to put him in two wars. So imagine having a fight. Imagine Canelo having a fight Charlo, then turn around and have to fight Plant or Benavidez.
That's a war to you? That's a war to you? Charlo's a war?
Absolutely.
So no. Hold on, y'all, please. How's that a war? How's it a war? What is he showing you?
I was wondering, man. Look, man. Look,
Canelo ain't no war.
Huh?
No, it's not. That's why I'm asking your brother to break it down for me.
I'm telling you. Want me to tell you how it's a war? Because Jamal Charlo chin is just as good as Canelo's.
Probably better.
Who is he faced?
I said his chin is just as good as Canelo's.
Yeah, but who's he faced that can fix his chin?
I don't care. At the end of the day, look.
Okay, don't do that because you say his chin is great. Who's he faced that touched his chin?
His chin is great.
Who's he faced that touched his chin?
Chinko touched his chin.
Who was Carball? Was it the last dude he fought?
Carball was the dude that everybody was ducking 4 years ago. You know who Carball is? You better know who Carball was. Carball was the dude that everybody was ducking 4 and 5 years ago. Do your research on that. Do your research on Matt Carball. Do your research on Matt Carball.
Jacobs fought Carball, right?
It ain't happening.
No.
Both of those guys.
I mean,
no. Jacobs fought Derevyanchenko.
He was hitting them with some shit.
Okay, cool.
But Charlo
Too many
kept him
people
moving,
talking.
though. He got a chin.
Yeah, hold tight. I'm gonna let my man speak. I ain't gonna say nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No,
I just don't see. I mean, because you said he had a chin, but you never spoke on his skills. I figured you're going to jump in here and say he had skills enough to match.
I can't speak on his skills.
Well, go ahead and break it down so it can forever be broke.
Whose skills?
One, Jamal Charlo have a hell of a jab, and he can fight backwards. And he can come forward, and he got great counter skills. Jamal Charlo, I get it. A lot of people don't want to give him credit, but that's cool. But at the end of the day, what you're not, and all I'm gonna tell you is this, and we're gonna have our opinion on that. But at the end of the day, the best route for Cinnamon is to fight Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, because he ain't fighting no damn Jamal Charlo, turn around fighting a Benavidez or a Plant in that order. It's not happening.
Jamal Charlo give Canelo some help.
He will give him help.
Okay, they're gonna fight on the inside the whole time.
And so will Caleb Plant.
I don't think
Charlo. Okay, before you go on, can I respond to you about Charlo? I never took any credit away from his skills. Everything you said that he can do, that man that he's fighting has done it at a much higher level than him. I'm not taking anything away from him at all. I'm simply saying
higher level, because he had 25 more fights before he even had his first.
No. It ain't the number.
Right.
It ain't the number. Take away the number. It's the qualities, not the quantities. It ain't you focusing on numbers.
But some of
it's
those
the quality.
Some of those qualities don't look legitimate.
Oh, here we.
I'll say this.
And I ain't calling no grown man cinnamon. Okay. I ain't calling them cinnamon. I ain't calling them delicious cinnamon. And I ain't calling them nutmeg. None of that. Okay?
Calling nigga allspice.
One of those Charlos fight Canelo Alvarez, he'll knock him out within 7 rounds.
What?
Who gonna knock out what now?
He will not.
Who's gonna knock out somebody 7 rounds?
Both of them in 7 rounds.
You said Canelo knocked Charlo out in 7 rounds.
That's right.
Hell no.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think the dude is a tough dude. I think Charlo is a tough dude. I think he is.
I don't know about that.
And I think he loses to Canelo. No. I think he loses to Canelo, but I don't know about no 7-round knockout. Yeah. But
on the cards.
Yeah, I just think that these two brothers
on his back.
Yeah, I just think that these two brothers will move kind of late, because you talking about Carball or whoever he fought. They're in their 30s, right? Or they're 30. They should have fought them cats early on in their mid-20s. Those are tough fights, but those shouldn't be fights that you base your whole career on. Not if you're supposed to be this and all that. No,
I ain't saying Carball was a man or nothing like that. I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying, he landed some decent ass shots on Jamel Charlo. That's how I tested his chin. I mean, shit, he was getting hit square on.
I think he beat Charlo.
He was walking through. He was eating them though. Yeah, he did. He did beat Charlo low key, but
if Charlo gets hit like that against Alvarez, he's going down. My word, if they fight, you're knocking them out within 7.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't think Canelo got it in to be knocking out on Charlo, bro. I look at how he looked against Danny Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? And Danny Jacobs, Danny Jacobs is a good boxer, man. I don't think he would get enough props. But
Danny Jacobs tough, but
he looked versus Danny Jacobs.
He looked look, Danny Jacobs was big in that ring with Canelo. And he was landing on Canelo too, man. Hey, I know for a fact, I would definitely say that they definitely snatched a couple rounds away from Danny Jacobs that he deserved.
That looked like a goddamn sparring match.
Maybe, because maybe you watched a different fight, because what I saw for the first time is that Jacobs didn't show up. He fought with he didn't go that extra gear. Jacobs has a way of
he kind of fought tentative in that fight.
He didn't show up.
He didn't fight as hungry as he fought against Golovkin.
He wasn't hungry at all.
I know. It
he was a dude who just came to your house and asked you for a glass of water. He ain't fight hungry at all.
Jacobs is a C-level boxer. Jacobs is C-level, B-level at best.
No, he isn't. No, he's Jacobs is B-level boxer, man.
Best.
Come on,
Jamal Charlo stops Jacobs in about 8 rounds. Easy.
He had his chance to fight him. He had numerous chances to fight, brother, and he didn't fight him.
No, he does not.
You want me to tell you why? You want me to tell you why they didn't fight? Didn't Jamal tell him, you drop your fight, I drop my fight, we can rack?
No, he avoided
at the Barclays.
I saw that video. Jacobs passed by. He said, okay, I came along at the right time. I came along. You can tell he was on Brooklyn.
And what did Jamal say?
He said not a damn thing. He looked like a deer in headlights.
No, that's not what happened.
He looked like a deer in headlights.
This is what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, though. This is the good thing about all this. This is the good thing. Jacobs will be Jamal's inauguration to the 168 division, because Jacobs' last fight with Matchroom is with Rosado. Period. And he's
Jacobs fighting at 168, man.
And that's what I said.
He just said
more inauguration to the 168 division will be Jacobs, because he's leaving Matchroom and going to do his last couple fights in PBC so he can get back in the Barclays. Remember, they kicked Jacobs out the Barclays. He haven't been in the Barclays since he left PBC, right?
Who kicked him out?
Why they kick him out of the Barclays?
Because he's with Matchroom. He's not going to be fighting in no Barclays if he ain't with PBC. You tripping?
Ain't nobody kick him out. Come on, man.
All right. When was the last time you seen him fight in Barclays?
In that fight.
When was the last time you seen him fight in the Barclays?
He has a good point.
You go where the money goes.
Hey,
Where
wait,
was the
exactly.
Canelo fight? And you can follow the money. You know, where was the Canelo fight?
What happened?
Where was the Canelo fight?
When he was
It wasn't in no damn Barclays. He from Brooklyn.
Right. But it was in a bigger venue, right?
Hold up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's not what I'm saying. He still needs to get back in the Barclays, bro.
I knew he was that was the Selecki fight, and that was the matchroom card. But
hold up. Boxing Shorts. Go ahead. What you got to say?
He was in the main event. And I remember that.
He was in the main event against Masi Selecki at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn because you had Jarrell Miller in the co-feature bout. So what is this about him not being at the Barclays Center when he main evented a fight?
How many fights?
That's what I'm saying.
No. Whit fight. When did he sign his matchroom deal?
That was a while ago.
We gonna do that
When
tonight,
did he sign his
man.
matchroom deal?
We ain't gonna do that, man. We ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, but anyway, this is what we getting off track. At the end of the day, this is what I'm getting at.
I answered your question. 2017.
Boxing Shorts got you.
Maul and Jacobs will fight in 2021. When that fight happened, Maul will stop Jacobs and he beats him convincingly. That's it.
I'm gonna put that on record.
That's it. That's all I got to say.
I'll put that on record.
And as far as Maul and Cinnamon, that'll be a war. I didn't say who would win. I just said it was going to be a war, and somebody got offended.
Are you in the DMV area, bro?
Absolutely. All day. Absolutely.
Really? You know what? Are you close to the DC? I'm in Baltimore. Are you close to DC?
My house. I live in Laurel, but I'm in DC all the time.
What? Okay, cool. That's even better.
Yeah.
Once he fights Jacobs, and Jacobs beats him, there's a soul food spot.
I'm gonna be at the fight, so you can meet me at the weigh-in.
No, I'm talking about after. I'm talking about listen.
No. Meet me at the weigh-in.
No, I'm not even coming out. We having a friendly gentleman's bet. Once Jacob beats him, me and you gonna meet up in Federal Hill at this soul food spot called Sweet Peas with a Z, and you're gonna get me a turkey wing dinner. All right, $22.98. $22.98. Okay, bro.
No problem.
$22.98.
No problem. No problem. But you heard it here first. You definitely gonna see Jamal Charlo and Jacobs fight, and it's gonna be in 2021. Either at a catch weight or 168.
And then if he fights Canelo, and once he loses to Canelo, I'm gonna make you a T-shirt that says
he might lose to Canelo.
I
didn't say he was gonna win or lose that fight. I said it was gonna be a war. I just said it was gonna be a war. You think Cinnamon is gonna run through Jamal Charlo? That's not gonna happen.
He's gonna walk him down.
Realistically, I think that Dane Jacobs got a better chance against Charlo than Canelo.
Yeah, I think both of them be able to walk him down bad.
Who said what? Man.
Canelo.
Y'all don't realize how much of a cold gump Jacobs is. Jacobs have no dog in him, bro. That boy gump.
Man. That's the whack part about it. And he had some dog in him. We fought Sergey Dermachenko though. He was throwing.
If he had no dog in him, how he come back from cancer, man? And the silence proves my point. Thank you.
We talking about boxing. We talking about boxing. He ain't got no dog.
No, you said the man had no dog in him. No, what I'm saying is if Jacobs had no dog in him, if Jacobs had no dog with him, you gotta hear me out because I'm talking common sense now. I'm talking common sense. If Jacobs had no, okay, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Do you know how many times Jacobs have bojangled in the fights? In fights that he could clearly win, but he can't finish fights because he doesn't have that extra gear. Jacobs don't have an extra gear.
Twice? Twice, right?
Tell that to Caleb Truex. Tell that to Peter Quillen. Tell that to Sergio Mora.
I give you the Peter Quillen. The Peter Quillen fight was a whole different animal. That Jacobs need to come back. The Peter Quillen Jacobs that need to come back, and we ain't seen that since.
Let me say this. We wouldn't be talking about Jacobs. Okay, hold up. You know, we wouldn't be talking about Jacobs at all if he didn't have enough to come back from cancer, and not just come back.
But no. Hold on,
They
I didn't
on the
cut you
toughest
off. He
opponents
came
too.
back from cancer and he made it to the top where he fought the 2 top dogs in the division. That's where you talking about he didn't show up. And the dude that you are talking about, Charlo, has not achieved what Jacobs has achieved. He has not fought the 2 top dogs. So maybe one's a barker and one's a biter. And you could tell me
Wait a
who the
minute.
barker and the biter is, okay?
Oh shit.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Fight.
Niggas
Wait
got
a
a lot
minute. You
more
got to get an
dog in 'em.
opportunity. You mean whoa. Wait a minute. Boxing is about an opportunity.
Both of them have the same advisor named Al Heyman. Both of them.
Look. Boxing is
They ain't
about an
got the same money,
opportunity.
though.
Just because Jacobs had an opportunity before Charlo doesn't mean that he can't achieve what Jacobs done. Jacobs didn't even do what Charlo did. Charlo got belts in 2 divisions. How many belts do Jacobs have? And how many divisions he won belts in?
He's at 168 right now. Only time
How many
will tell.
belts? I asked you how many
And the answer
championship
would
belts
be
he won in
one.
multiple divisions.
And the answer would be one. But how many top dogs at 160 did your boy fight?
Exactly.
Thank
It
you
don't
very much.
matter.
Yeah, thank
He's a
you.
champion in 2 divisions.
He's
In
a
2
champion
divisions.
fighting chumps.
He's
So
whatever.
Jamal
Call it whatever you
Charlo
want to call it.
It was a world champion in middleweight fighting Brandon Adams.
Hey, don't shit on Brandon Adams though. Brandon Adams, he can fight.
That's
bro.
fine. That still don't take away from his skill set. That's fine. He can fight. He fought Dennis Hogan too.
Brandon Adams used to be the fry cook. You
He
used to
fought
be the
Dennis
fry
Hogan
cook on the
too.
Living Color.
But see, the thing is, I'm smart enough to know, and I mean, not saying that you're dumb, but because I'm a boxing. I know this. I'm smart enough to know that they don't even pick their fights. So at the end of the day, we know how the matchmaking is over there. But I'm smart enough to distinguish skill sets from the piss poor matchmaking and how they do things. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
So who
all I'm
Charlo gonna
saying,
fight
brother,
next
is
then?
that brother, is that both of them have the same advisor by the name of Al Heyman. So how is it that one could get the 2 biggest dudes, which you say he didn't show up
One
for?
is
I
older,
agree.
and one is older, and one had an opportunity before the other one has. Period.
Well, talk to Al about that.
And didn't I just tell you one?
No, you didn't, because I wasn't listening. I'm
I
sorry.
already told you. We already know that the Charlos don't pick their fights. We already know this. But I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and penalize them because of the piss poor matchmaking that PBC is doing. I'm not going to penalize Jamal Charlo and Kid CLS because they want to put Dennis Hogan in a ring with him.
Hey, bro, who you think Jamal finna fight next?
Who we gonna fight next?
Yeah,
that's a tough one, bro. It won't be Jacobs because Jacobs fighting Rosado.
He might. I don't. What I mean,
because I think the fact that
I
the
think
matter is in the PBC,
it's
they
not
don't
gonna
have
be
many
Eubank.
to choose from in the
It's not gonna be
PBC
Eubank
at 160. They don't got
it's
many
not gonna
to
be
choose
Eubanks
from.
either.
Hold up, they don't got many to choose from in the PBC at 160.
Huh?
Exactly. So
PBC don't have many good 160 fighters to choose from.
And that's why they trying to get Jamal to go up to 168.
Only fight Andrade because he's after belts now, right?
They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Al Heyman is not going to allow Maul to take that fight. They're not going to do that.
To be made.
Why not?
They're not going to do that.
Hold up, because they keeping it.
It's too risky.
They keeping it in house.
It's too risky. No, it's not even in house. Hogan wasn't in house. It's too risky. It's too risky.
I'm talking about in house with the top talent. They
don't have any top. They don't have it. PBC don't have any top 160 pounders except for Maul already beat them.
That's my point. Matchroom do. They're not doing the big motherfuckers. Matchups with the big guys from Matchroom and PBC. That's why they let Andy Ruiz go over there to fight Joshua. But they held back freaking Ortiz for Wilder. There was a reason behind that.
Yeah.
They held back Ortiz.
So they can keep that
because
they
wanted
Ortiz has a bigger name
to sell a pay-per-view.
Ortiz had a bigger name than Ruiz. So they let Ruiz.
Right.
Ruiz done upended the whole plan and shit.
Exactly. That's exactly how it went.
I know.
They were already saving Wilder. Ortiz for Wilder.
I got you on here.
Yeah. That's why
I'm confused.
That's why I saw Ortiz get that guy on the
What's
fall.
the point of me being a fan if I can't? Well, what's the point of me being a fan if nobody gonna fight each other?
Because
That's the
fans don't say
Exactly.
nothing. I'll
That's
be
the
all the way
dilemma.
with that.
To the sport.
Fans don't say
Lisa,
nothing.
that's
Fans
the
don't
dilemma
demand
right now
fights.
that we all dealing with. That's the dilemma we all dealing with in boxing right now.
Too many. The problem with boxing is too many fans protecting their favorite fighter. People get mad at me. People get mad at me because I said
Hell yeah.
fans are protecting them. Fans are
It's more
protecting
than the
them because
promoters.
you want me to tell you why? I'm gonna tell you why. And people,
the stables
It's the promoters.
No. It's the fans too, because fans ain't demanding their favorite fighters to take the fights, bro. They're not. You got fans. Let me tell you. I can give you a prime example. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Everybody want to see Crawford versus Spence, right?
That's part of it, but
and now I guarantee. And now after Bud done annihilated Brook, fans want to see Bud fight Porter, but they're not going to sit here and say, well, you know what, Spence, you already beat Danny Garcia. What's next? They're going to let him go ahead and keep going to the easy route and have Bud go through all these roadblocks, even though he already scalped the person.
Hold on. What's the easy route? What would be the easy route for Errol Spence?
The easy route is fighting the fighters that you fighting the fighters that the bonus you already beat. What's the purpose in fighting Danny Garcia if Danny Garcia already lost to Porter? What's the purpose in fighting Porter if Porter already lost to Brook?
But here's the thing. What is Crawford doing while he's on the top rank?
At the end of the day, we're not even, you know what? At the end of the day, this is what we were talking about. How come we not getting the best fights? Is because
hold up.
We okay with
fans.
we okay with yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, sis. Right now, it's not. I'm not going to say it's easy now because Crawford had this fight, and now this weekend coming up, Spence has this fight.
Correct. So why can't they fight each other after?
Hold up, Spence fighting Garcia right now ain't no easy route, especially the first off the wreck and all that.
That is an easy route. How that, you want me to tell you why that's an easy route? You want me to tell you why that's an easy route? He already beat Porter. So what's the point in fighting? What's the point in fighting DSG if you already beat the guy who beat Danny?
Yeah, who's a previous champion?
Why is it that Crawford has not made any moves to fight anyone even near the level of Danny Garcia?
I'm not saying he ain't
that's a matter of opinion.
That's not true.
That's a matter of opinion.
That's not true.
You know what you can do? You know what you can do? That's a matter of opinion. But you know what you can do? You can also get on these sanctioning bodies for ordering some of these fights. You know what happened?
So guess what?
If you listen, because I'm not gonna go because everything is based on opinion, right? But we can only deal. I mean, everybody have their opinion, but all we can deal with is the facts, right? Okay. At the end of the day, you know how we can get some of these fights. I just told you two ways we can get these fights. Put pressure on our favorite fighters to fight the best. That's one. Okay. Two, put pressure on these sanctioning bodies to order these fights.
Okay. Now, with that being said, right?
Hold up. Let me ask a question.
Right now, with Terrence Crawford, he just had his fight with Kell Brook. He's already defended the mandatory spot when he fought and beat Kavaliauskas. Now, let's see him demand the WBO to order a mandatory fight between him and Sean Porter because Sean Porter is ranked #1 in the WBO. So,
and you know what'll happen? And you want me to tell you what's going to happen? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Hold up. You just said that, right?
Look,
let me tell you what's going to happen. You just said,
Ron Boy. After you
let me explain what's going to happen after that.
Let Lisa ask her question after that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, I got a question.
So, go ahead, Lisa.
Okay, go ahead, Ron Boy. Go ahead, Ron Boy.
Keep in mind, if Porter is the #1 ranked WBO fighter, right? Who's #2? Virgil Ortiz. Now, if they order you, first of all, you got to order a final eliminator. Do you think Porter's going to fight Virgil Ortiz to fight Bud? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When did he fight his WBO final eliminator? Because you got to fight a WBO final eliminator.
You could still order that and then try to have the negotiations.
Once again, stick to the rules. You breaking off from the rules.
Okay,
the rules is you got to fight a final eliminator.
Why hasn't the WBO made that order yet? It's been over a year.
I already told you we can eliminate a lot of this bullshit if the sanctioning body order these fights, meaning the eliminator fights. All that need to be ordered. When was the last time you seen the WBA order a fight in the 147? You had Keith Thurman hold on to a belt for 2.5 years.
Hold on.
Yeah, without
defending it.
They did, and they fell apart.
Let Lisa ask her question.
Okay, I got a question. Why should we as fans have to pressure these fighters to do their job or these sanctioning bodies? And also, if you are a champion, if you are a title holder in whatever sanctioning body you're in, it should just be an automatic that the champs, the titleists should fight each titleist, and then we come to consensus, a process of elimination, and then the four come together and unify, and whoever the last man standing is the champ. Why should we have to do that?
Well, let me answer that.
I refuse to do that because that should be.
Yeah, but listen. Sanctioning bodies don't like unifications. Let me tell you why. Because that means for every belt a champion collects, that's less money they gotta pay in sanctioning fees. So if you paying 3% to WBO, when Bud get an IBF, he's gonna pay only 2% to the WBO. If he get a WBC, he's only gonna pay 1%.
Right.
So they're not gonna advocate They're not gonna advocate unifications like that.
But if they actually got the undisputed, then you know what I'm saying, they'll have somebody that the people can get behind. You know what I'm saying, and it'll be a lot more money in that fighter. You know what I'm saying, a lot more money to be made from a percentage.
Exactly. If the fans demand it, if I tell you I'm not paying for none of these pay-per-views, I'm not paying for none of them pay-per-views. If I'm telling you I'm not going to this fight because I didn't ask for this fight, I didn't ask for Danny Garcia versus Earl Spence. I'm not paying for that trash pay-per-view. I refuse. I'm not even going to do it.
Okay, cool.
I'm not paying
I got a question for you.
I'm not paying for no Tank Davis to fight a damn bantamweight. I'm not paying for that. But you know what I did? You know what I did pay for? The Charlo doubleheader. You know why? Because one was a unification, and the other one was a fight that made sense.
Yeah, that should have been on free TV.
And a great undercard.
Well, let me.
Garcia is ranked number 3 in the WBO.
Give me some of them cards.
Let me ask you this, right?
Demand that shit. They don't
right.
want to.
Let me ask you this now. You say the fans should do this, should do that, but you never said how do they do that? How?
I just told
Go ahead
you.
and break that down. No, you didn't. You just said the fans can and should, but you never said how. So no.
Don't pay for pay-per-view. Don't pay for the pay-per-view. I just said
I haven't paid for pay-per-view since Floyd versus Mosley. So
you don't even count.
But it's still here.
It's still here.
And most people don't pay for pay-per-view.
But it's still
like they say the casuals do and all of that. Have you seen it?
According to these numbers, 300 and something people buying these pay-per-views, according to what they say.
In this country, overseas.
Hey, question: How many people bought the Tank in Leo Santa Cruz?
I didn't buy that shit.
I watched it for free.
I know, but how many they say reported so far? Have they put out the numbers?
Yeah,
they said 200. They said 250 people. They said 250K people bought that pay-per-view.
Those aren't good numbers, man. Those aren't good numbers. When you're talking about 300, I mean,
be streaming them. I don't.
But the thing about it is, those were fabricated numbers. Those numbers ain't real. They didn't even drop the Charlo numbers because the numbers were so low.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Pay-per-view doesn't. Yeah, but how else can you force anything as a fan? Because I don't get it. Because how else can you force anything as a fan?
But see, like I said, you have different levels of fans. You have casuals.
I understand all that. I don't need you to break that down to me. I just want you to explain how you could force anything as a fan.
You don't have. You need to put pressure on your favorite boxer to fight.
Okay, but
who you
look,
want to fight.
we
Go
already
on their
know.
Twitter,
Listen,
go on
listen.
their
Here's the
Instagram.
thing: you already
We
have
know
guys
that.
doing that. You already have fans doing that to these fighters, and the fights still don't happen.
Hey,
Because
then
I
you
mean,
got
it's
to
hard
start
to hit
looking.
them up
And
in the
you know,
pockets.
hey, Myron, what? You know who my favorite boxer is, right?
Who?
Bud, right?
Yeah.
Bud. And Myron, you want me to tell you the wackest division in all of boxing? And I tell them every day. What I tell you is the weakest division in all of boxing.
Is it
Any
welterweight?
division with a bunch of
Exactly,
PBC
the
fighters.
welterweight division. You have all these names and nobody fighting each other. You have the middleweight division, trash. All these glamour divisions and nobody fighting each other. The best divisions in boxing is 135, 140, 154. If they
And
ain't
they don't
doing
have any
nothing, I don't
PBC
respect them.
fighters.
Huh?
That's why they're the best divisions,
And
because they know PBC fighters.
No, 154 have PBC is all PBC.
154 is a PBC
154 is
division.
all
I'm
PBC.
talking about 130, man. He said something about 140 and
I
130.
said 135 and 140.
140 and 154.
Nah, I'm talking about the smaller, the little guys. They fighting each other.
But all the
Look
Exactly.
at
And that's exactly
Chocolatito just fought
130,
Estrada.
115. Them young niggas fighting.
We can't take those. We have to include those weights. And Tanaka's getting ready to fight Ioka. You know,
Right.
we can't.
Yeah,
We
they fight.
can't.
Yep.
See, this is what I'm saying. We can't just talk about 135 or 130 and up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
Stop praising them
those
divisions
glamour
that they ain't fighting.
divisions, so many politics. I agree.
Facts.
I
Man, y'all
agree.
what,
motherfuckers
man?
have been, huh?
You know
Last
what?
comments, because we're going to end this joint 2 hours in, because y'all been on a roll. I've been loving it. I've just been listening to you motherfuckers going.
Let me just say this. When y'all talking
Continue
about
this tomorrow.
chocolatito and cinnamon, I made some bourbon ice cream. I got my own ice cream maker. I'm about to get up now and eat that. And I'm going to be an old fat
You
boy
know
thanks
what?
to
I got
y'all.
one too. I haven't whipped that shit out in a long time.
Oh, yeah? Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and make some cinnamon ice cream,
Nah,
bro, with some
I ain't doing no shit like
chocolatito.
that. I ain't doing no shit like that.
Y'all been wild, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks to Bud. Thanks to James Bell. Thanks to Boxing Source. Troy Graham. Lisa Bales. Rob Boy Fresh. It's been Boxing Logics United. It was a live-ass podcast for y'all for the last fucking hour.
And Myron, we still got to link up, though. God damn it, man.
Well, we in a damn city. I ain't doing nothing the whole week.
Goddamn.
Yeah,
I'm free
no,
all
man.
week,
Fuck.
Joe. I ain't been doing nothing. But after this week, I'm going to be getting back on the grind because peak season's coming.
Yeah.
All due respect to everyone. This is what I appreciate, because we could knock heads over here and still show some respect. Ain't nobody
absolutely
getting all out their feelings and all that. So all due respect.
Ain't been much cursing. Ain't been the motherfuckers been going.
Everything is cool, even though I don't agree with brother and all that. And like I said, you got David Halo brother over here with the hairline. You got Lisa. You got Lando Calrissian. I can't speak for hey man. I haven't cut my hair 6 months, so y'all can see that. But
you don't got much hair.
Exactly. Exactly. I stay bald most of the time. I stay bald. But y'all just keep doing that. This is what boxing is all about. Boxing, is not a thing where boxing's a super highway, really, because you could talk business with boxing, you could build with boxing, and it all comes back to the sport. It ain't about rah-rah and pride and all that. It's just about the love of the sport and coming together and building. So all due respect, that's my old man talking. Lisa, what we talking about for the jerk turkey? Get some turkey wings, Lisa, and some jerk sauce, and do that. And start with that. All right.
I done just had some jerk chicken and baked that joint, and man, that's
we gotta get together, Myron. But I'm not talking to Myron no more about this foodie thing no more, man. That's all Myron.
I'm gonna give me a shrimp roti tomorrow.
Did you say a strip roti or a shrimp roti? Because you DC people got an accent. Okay, shrimp. Yeah.
Shrimp roti tomorrow.
Sound like you said strip. I'm like, what?
Shrimp.
What is a strip roti? What do you? Hey,
maybe
bye.
that was a shrimp whiskey talking. My fault.
Shrimp roti.
A shrimp roti, baby. I'm gonna knock that joint down tomorrow. But hey, man, y'all have a good night. Get your ass to bed. It's almost 1 o'clock where I'm at. In the UK, they've been hanging with us.
It is
Damn.
1 o'clock.
Huh?
God damn.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock where I'm at.
Not quite here. It's still 12
Peace
points
and
to 7.
pugilism.
Peace and pugilism, Lisa Bell.
Everybody.
Yeah, I see
All
y'all
right.
It's been a pleasure.
or the day
All
after.
right.
I'm gonna go get that damn ice cream thanks to y'all, man. Damn it.
Hey, I got rum. Hey, I'm about to grab some rum raisin out the fridge right now.
It's bourbon, damn it. It's bourbon. I made it myself.
Y'all crazy. Peace out.
All right,
y'all.
peace
Peace,
out.
man.
All right,
Peace
y'all.
out.
Peace, boxing world.